If possible, find the exact value of each expression. The arc cosine of root 2 over 2. So when we see an arc trig function or an inverse trig function, we should think this is equal to an angle. And this angle, this means that, that the cosine of that angle is equal to root 2 over 2. Now, if we consider our unit circle, there are many places where the cosine is equal to root 2 over 2, but they all look like the same. They're all coterminal with these two locations right here. And the arc cosine is only going to give us a value between 0 and pi. So that's going to be anything here, okay? Anything in the first two quadrants. And so, of course, that's this angle right here, which is going to be pi over 4. The arctangent of 0, this is equal to an angle. And this means that the tangent of the angle theta is equal to 0. So we want to know, when does the tangent equal to 0? And we need to remember that our arctangent will only give us a value between negative pi over 2 and positive pi over 2. So looking at this, this is sine over cosine. And if that's equal to 0, then that means that sine is equal to 0. So that tells me that I'm looking for a place between negative pi over 2 and positive pi over 2 where the sine is equal to 0, which of course is just right here at 0. So the arctangent of 0 is 0. Finally, the arctangent of negative 1. Again, if this is equal to an angle, I'm going to call it theta. We'll mix it up a little bit. This means that tangent of the angle theta is equal to negative 1. Well, this is, if I think of this as sine over cosine, I've got sine alpha over cosine alpha equals negative 1. And then multiply both sides by cosine alpha. We're looking for when sine of alpha is equal to the negative cosine of alpha. So looking at our unit circle, we're looking for when sine and cosine have the same value, but one's positive and one's negative. And since this is the inverse tangent, it can only give us something between negative pi over 2 and positive pi over 2. And sine and cosine have the same value here at this spot right here. But here the cosine's positive and the sine is negative. And up here, though, they're both positive, so that doesn't work. So it's just this location right here, where that, of course, that angle is equal to negative pi over 4.